Hey guys, some gamer dude here, just a quick video. I've got a couple of Force of Will videos coming up on the weekend. I just need to say that they will pretty much give the impression I really hate Force of Will. I really need to establish before these go up, this is not the case. I'm disappointed with it. Yeah, you got the I am disappointed son meme right here. I need to just go over a few things first. Because I think this is important. Number one, I like the game mechanically. I think the battle system is probably one of the more strategic of the Magic clones. I think while I think the game really desperately needs more variance in the Stone deck to cause less good things deck where they run up to 4 colours from happening, I think the way it stops the Mana Flood and Mana Drought from happening is probably the most straightforward and best way of handling it. From a mechanical standpoint, the game is really good. The problem comes from everything else, and this is why I'm just disappointed in general, and I'm noticing friends who I nearly lost, frankly, over my strong opinions about Force of Will gradually coming over to my way of thinking because they too became disappointed. I think the most important thing to go over first is the game sells itself in a very Vorthos way. It puts characters out there. It goes, oh, don't you like these characters? Aren't they cool? We've got the story about them and whatnot. And then it releases them with archetypes. And then one of 3 things happen. The archetype gets a lot of support. It's rare because favoritism. The archetype gets basically 180'd and its concepts get completely changed and turned on their head. So it never truly gets finished. It's just a mishmash of different ideas. This is really a good example in the Lapis Cluster Vampires. And finally, they just get nothing at all. Nothing at all. You know, the Ned Flanders meme. Now, this also relates to the storyline being handled really poorly in general. From people that are very, very invested in it. Said friend, he's become very, very embittered about towards Force of Will because of their promotion of characters, then dropping them like a ton of bricks, or just not supporting them, or having characters go out like punks, and it's just disappointment over and over again. You get hyped up for something, okay, it's not finished when it comes out. It doesn't get finished unless it's a favourite, and in the story it goes out like a chump. It's disheartening, but more so from a actual game design standpoint. The game frankly is too fast. It's been allowed to go too fast for a couple of reasons. The ones I blame the most are the developers don't seem to comprehend how much impact a +1 has, and thinks, oh, just give them out willy-nilly. The whole concept of how Remnant works is a really big testament to this. It doesn't account for being a +1. It's just like, oh, hey, pitch it, you can just use it from there. It turns itself into an extra use from the non-existent hand discard pile thing. It doesn't have its own cost or an additional cost for using it as a remnant. This goes across the board. There's just not enough accountability for how much +1s are. Then we have the fact that because of slight power creep, 1, 2, and 3 drops, especially 2 drops, are very close together in terms of power. It that also makes the game quite fast. There's the questionable artwork, because to be quite frank, the game is embarrassing at times. No one with any dignity would play it. I don't mean to be a prude, but it can get very creepy. Casters is exceptionally creepy, and more on that That one's wow. Yeah, I just find Forcible to be way too fast and way too disappointing. There's also the fact that the cost of the game is literally all over the place. Valhalla, it was a literal nightmare. It was available in Australia, so I do know that it was a shit show not worth bothering with. It was way too expensive. The rarity drops were stupid. Grim was a nice place for the first 3 sets. Then the 4th set burnt everyone, especially the stores. Then, frankly, the Alice cluster was probably too easy to get everything. And then the Raya cluster just stuffs up everything. It's somewhere between Grim and Valhalla, and it's caused things to skyrocket in price. And one of the best things about the game, it was affordable, has been blown to the wayside because of this. I thought we saw the in retrospect, I think we saw the origins of this back with the starter decks for Lapis Cluster being deliberately as exorbitant as possible, especially in English-speaking countries. But it's just become substantially worse, even if the decks themselves have corrected to where they should be. There's just not a lot to... You can't get hyped because you get burnt, and you can't get invested because you get burnt. The game itself has a horrible meta game because it's always big thing, or big thing that just drags on. It's never a diverse playing field, I guess you should say. It never has this 4, 5, 6 decks that are reasonably well in tune with each other. A lot of card games have this problem, I'm not going to deny it, but Forcible has a nasty problem with one deck metas. We saw the Bahamut one. This is from the time I was playing Bahamut. Variants of Reflect Refrain, and although you could make the argument those decks were slightly different, I don't think they really were all that different. There was the Blazer decks in the early Alice cluster, and yeah, it goes from there. I just stopped caring after a certain point. I don't think the game is a complete lost cause. I think it just needs a complete overhaul of the development staff. I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they're kind of meandering around, and honestly go on to Gatherer way too much because there's way too many cards that are literally, this is such and such from Magic, which also raises the point, if so much of the game is Magic, why not just go play Magic with a house rule to set up the Stone deck inside it. Anyway, the videos coming out over the weekend are probably a lot more bitter than this video. This is more straight up disappointment. And yeah, if you're expecting autistic screeching, you probably come to the wrong place. But if you want someone being really frank about what they're reading and seeing, and yeah, this is probably the right place. This has been Some Gamer Dude, and I'll see you guys next time.